How's it going, guys? We are Tottenham TV here. We've got Kevin from AjaxDaily.com who's going to give us a bit of a lowdown on Davinson Sánchez. To give you a bit of an update, Davinson Sánchez is our potential transfer who is a centre-back that won Ajax Player of the Year last year. Well, let's get in with the questions. Number one, how good is Davinson Sánchez, Kevin? Tell us.
Davinson Sánchez is really good. And I'm not just saying that as an Ajax fan, but also a football enthusiast. He's just got so much potential. I remember when we bought him from Atlético Nacional, aside from Colombia, last year, and they had just won the Copa Libertadores. But besides that, I didn't really know who Sanchez was or what he's capable of. And I checked some YouTube highlight videos and saw he was this tall defender, very strong, very physically imposing. But as you may know from Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, at Ajax we require a little more from our central defenders, besides being really good at attacking the ball and breaking up attacks from the opponent. We want them to take part in build-up play from behind and being comfortable on the ball. And I wasn't really sure whether Sanchez was capable of doing so, but not only was he capable of doing so, he's extremely good at it. I later read that he had been a midfielder before turning a central defender, so you can just tell he's really comfortable on the ball. And if he doesn't find any opportunities to pass the ball, he'll make runs forward and even shoot at goal. I believe he scored 7 goals for us last season. So he's been a great surprise to us, a very strong player. Was even chosen Player of the Year at Ajax, not only at Ajax itself, but also on our account of AjaxDaily.com. We do a contest each year to pick the Player of the Year and the Talent of the Year, and Sanchez was chosen Player of the Year. And that's remarkable for, at that time, 20-year-old in his first season in Amsterdam. So, in short, a fantastic prospect, very good already at only 21. And bound to become much, much better.
Number two, what are Davinson Sánchez's best attributes?
It's really hard to name one specific asset in which Sanchez excels because, like I said before, he's a really all-round defender. But if you ask me personally, and what I enjoyed a lot over the last season are his last-minute Superman saves that he's made numerous of times. In which an opposition's forward will be close to going one-on-one or went one-on-one with our goalkeeper, and then out of nowhere he'd show up with this crazy sliding tackle, throwing his entire body in there to save it. That's just incredibly spectacular, but also at the same time shows his impeccable timing because those slidings were always clean on the ball. Remarkable and very nice to see. If you haven't, I'm sure there's plenty of footage on YouTube, so you should really go check it out. And while you're at it, he also scored, and this is to add to the all-round defender story, he also scored this crazy overhead kick out of nowhere for us in the Eredivisie. So if you haven't seen that, you should check that out as well. He can do it all. He's fantastic.
Number three, what are his weaknesses and what does he need to improve on?
If there's one weakness or asset Sanchez needs to work on, it's probably the fact that at times he gets a little overzealous and tends to overcommit to attacking the ball, is a little too aggressive, which opens up a whole lot of space because he breaks the structure of defense, and when he misses his interception, the opposition is free to break away and go towards goal. And I'm not sure if that's being overconfident or just sloppy, but it tended to happen to him a couple of times last season in which he was being too aggressive on the ball, and that will cost us dearly. So I think in certain situations he'll need to learn how to keep his head cool and just keep the structure intact instead of just going all out on the attack for the opposition forwards.
And question number 4 for you, Kevin, is we've had a lot of players coming from Ajax in the past, including Christian Eriksen, Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen. Do you still keep tabs on them? Do you watch Spurs?
Yeah, I definitely still follow Jan, Toby and Christian. And I have to admit, in a perfect world, in a perfect situation, all three of them would still be playing for Ajax. But I think Ajax fans, myself included, have come to terms with the fact that we're more or less a training institute for the wealthier and the bigger competitions and clubs out there. And we take pride in the fact that these guys, after graduating from our academy, make big money moves to shine on the bigger stages, or in case of the Premier League, maybe the grandest stage, and excel. For example, I'm a big Christian Eriksen fan, watching him play during preseason, your preseason, and the opening game in the Premier League, and it's a thing of beauty, and I can thoroughly enjoy that, despite the fact he's left our club. So yes, and that's not just for those three, but all the former Ajaxiden I still pay close attention to.
Question number 5. A lot of Spurs fans feel that Ajax is their second team or their first team around Europe. It's something to do with the Jewish links. Is the feeling mutual in Amsterdam?
I'm not really sure if Ajax fans see Tottenham Hotspur as a second team or some sort of mother club. I think the most obvious link between the two clubs is the fact we both identify with the Jewish religion or have a certain Jewish background. But other than that, I think what's more important is the fact Rafael van der Vaart played for you, an iconic former Ajax player, and now with the likes of Christian Eriksen, Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen playing for your team. That forms a bond because Jan Vertonghen, for example, is a crazy fan favorite here in Amsterdam. We still have this hope he'll come back sometime in the future, in the later stages of his career. I think that is part of the reason why there's a certain link between the two clubs, but I don't think it's anything more than that.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Check out AjaxDaily.com for some great Ajax content. The link will be in the description. Come on, you Spurs.